Kids, we know that ecosystems are linked in terms of the components of that ecosystem. Could be trees, birds, bees, insects, animals, invertebrates, and so on. And this is a good example. There's something called a Joshua tree. The book is basically focused on America, so we keep looking at American examples. It doesn't matter. Joshua tree grows, looks like a cactus, grows in deserts, which means it's very used to hot temperatures and dry weather. But with global warming, you make it much warmer than what the tree has evolved to live with. And you have to, these desert trees also have to reach deep for water because desert means there's not much rain. So if you start depleting groundwater and make the climate very warm, what happens is these trees begin to lose their ability to survive and reproduce, and other species begin to come in that are more used to hot temperatures. They may bring wildfire risks with them and so on. This is what is happening to this Joshua Tree National Park in the western US. What is the cascade that happens? If Joshua tree suffers, then all the animals that are dependent on the Joshua tree also begin to suffer. Why are they dependent on the Joshua tree? Because the Joshua tree gives them moisture. They open up the bark of the tree and they can get little moisture to survive. There are foxes, there are rabbits, and there are some desert rats. Of course, there are insects and some birds and so on that are all linked to each other on how they survive. For example, animal may eat the Joshua tree fruit and then go and poop the seeds somewhere, so it spreads the Joshua tree. Every species is trying to procreate, survive, and more procreation, right? So these kind of cascades can be very complicated, and there are many examples, and it's not always easy to imagine what the cascades will be. So sometimes it's too late to find out what all got linked effects from the one effect that you can easily see. Joshua tree is big and is spread out on the desert. You can see that they are suffering, but there are all these little animals running around that are also suffering because of what's happening to the Joshua tree. Wildfires, of course, can be seen because there are invasive grasses coming into the Joshua Tree National Park as well. So just keep in mind these linked impacts, okay?